This is News 3 Now at 5.
And some storms have been popping up in the area. We had our first severe weather for the year in southern Wisconsin. Let's get right to Gary, who has been dealing with a rather busy afternoon in the Weather Center.
Well, good news that severe thunderstorm warning is canceled. No warnings, in effect across our viewing area. But as you take a look at high-resolution radar, there still are some thunderstorms producing some very heavy rainfall from around Fort Atkinson to Jefferson up toward Watertown and into the southern portion of Dodge County. These storms are moving very slowly, so they're dumping heavy amounts of rain, which is actually not a bad thing as long as you don't get too much in any one spot. But these storms are capable of producing rainfall rates at about 1 inch to maybe 1.5 inches per hour. Meantime, as we widen out the view across southern Wisconsin, you can see these thunderstorms kind of weakening a little bit as they start pushing east of Madison and west of town. Much of the thunderstorm activity is starting to diminish. The areas that have gotten the rain so far, those areas in blue, may have picked up anywhere from 1 to 2 inches of rain, whereas areas farther to the west probably missed out on much of the rain, at least so far. Not seeing anything across Minnesota and Iowa, but we'll probably see some thunderstorms develop out there later on this evening and then move through overnight. High temperatures before the storms hit in Madison, 93 here, only degrees shy of the record high of 94, 95 in La Crosse. Temperatures right now have cooled to 73 in Madison thanks to the rain, but out to the west where the rain hasn't occurred yet, you can see temperatures still in the 90s, and dew point temperatures are in the upper 60s to around 70, so it feels like 97 in La Crosse and 90 degrees in Juneau and Dodge County. By tomorrow morning, look for the thunderstorm chances to start diminishing. They could linger into early tomorrow morning after a low of 70. Tomorrow, the humidity drops. High temperature.
Best of the best mattress sale of the summer is on now at Ashley Home Store. In-stock doorbusters are up to 60% off while they last. And now introducing purple mattresses for less than $20 a month. Plus the guaranteed best Tempur-Pedic deal in all of Wisconsin. Only at Ashley Home Store.
Erectile dysfunction.
West High's ceremony was supposed to start at 4:30, but lightning delayed it by about 20 minutes, and they just got started a few minutes ago. This is video of East High's graduation, which is underway right now. The district decided to not require masks for students, staff, and guests due to the excessive heat. You can watch all of Madison's commencement ceremonies online at channel3000.com. The weather also impacted opening day of the AmFam. Was just the most recent factor that temporarily stopped play. Our sports director Zach Hanley has been out there all day in the heat, rain, and now the lightning. He's live at University Ridge, having just spoken to two of the players we're all interested in seeing. Zach?
Yeah, well, the play actually just started up at 5 o'clock again, and it's no surprise that the Wisconsin guys want to do well at the AmFam, and Jerry Kelly got off to a great start to his round. The defending AmFam champ started with an eagle on 2 and then caught fire on the back 9, carding 3 birdies. He played a bogey-free round and hopes University Ridge is his happy place.
I hope it's here. It's in my locker somewhere, but I just love playing in front of Wisconsin crowds. That's what it does. It puts me in a happy place. And as my wife says, when I'm in a happy place, I play well. Usually it takes Hawaii or something like that. But home is definitely a happy place.
Now, obviously, Jerry's mom was in attendance watching, but get this, she was actually planting feathers in the ground, as in bird feathers for birdies for Jerry. Kelly said after his round that she should water them so he can make some more. I think he did okay with a bogey-free round with 3 birdies and an eagle, but you can't make this up.
Yeah, we'll get more updates from Zach on how the day is going out at University Ridge. Zach, thank you. And today was the 4th day in a row that we reached 90 degrees in Madison.
But now we're able to cool off at pools in the area. Many, like Goodman Pool in Madison, opened for the season today. You'll want to check to see, though, what COVID precautions are in place this year at your community pool. Goodman is open with a limited capacity. You'll also need to arrive ready to swim because the locker rooms and changing areas are closed. Your lawn may be looking a little brown right now, but you should hold off on watering it. Madison is asking people, the city of Madison is asking people to limit outdoor water use as our drought continues. The city shared some water conservation tips with us, and we have a list of them online at channel3000.com.
A week of repetition thankfully slowed down today. We have no active reports of road buckling in the area right now, but over the last 7 days, there have been more than a dozen reports, mainly in Dane, Sauk, and Columbia counties as well. Highway 12 near Barry Baraboo has been a big trouble spot. Crews typically can patch the damage within a few hours, but you'll want to be careful if you're heading west this weekend. Take a look at some of these photos. The Minnesota Department of Transportation tweeted several buckles appeared in that state today. Pavement buckling happens when the weather goes from cool to hot in a short period of time. And with the heat sticking around, be sure to download our free First Warn weather app. Just search WISC Weather. Stay safe and informed with the help of our certified, most accurate weather team.
The state plans to scale back hours at some of its community-based vaccination clinics, including the one in Rock County. The new hours will be based on local demand. The Black Hawk Tech Clinic will likely only be open 1 or 2 days a week. And this comes as roughly half of the state's population has received at least 1 dose of a COVID vaccine. Dane County is still a leader in the entire country when it comes to vaccinations, with more than 60% of the county fully vaccinated.
There are winners and losers tonight after the state Supreme Court ruled against Dane County's health department. The clear winners are the schools that felt public health didn't have the authority to shut them down, but some worry that ruling could mean many of those schools will ultimately lose long after the pandemic is over. Amanda Quintana joins us to tell us why. Amanda?
Well, you might be thinking school is done or just about, and coronavirus is on its way out too. So why does this decision matter? Public health says you need to think beyond COVID, but for the lawyer arguing for religious protections, this is a win.
Court granted the relief that we asked for on the grounds that we asked for it. You know, a lawyer can't ask for much more than that.
For Rick Essenberg, president of Wisconsin Institute for Law and Liberty, today's Supreme Court decision wasn't a surprise. It says if schools need to close for a public health reason, the state can do that, but not local public health departments. So when Public Health Madison and Dane County shut down all schools in August, that was unconstitutional, and closing religious schools violated the Religious Freedom Guarantee.
The plaintiffs in this case said, look, in-person instruction with all the appropriate safeguards is necessary for us to fulfill our religious mission as a school.
The ruling means local public health departments don't have the power to close schools for any type of outbreak. That worries PHMDC's director, Janelle Heinrich, who says it would block them from closing schools for measles, whooping cough, or the flu. Heinrich wrote it could hurt their ability to respond to any disease that might impact students, teachers, and school staff, and impacts families and friends beyond the walls of the school. So is that a legitimate concern?
I do cringe.
Epidemiologist Dr. Ajay Sethi says yes.
It's really important that our local public health officers, have the ability and the authority to use science to decide how to protect the health of the public.
Sethi says stripping powers from the experts who are trying to protect the community could be dangerous. And it's local public health departments who are in constant communication with schools, so they know what decisions need to be made.
As a state in Wisconsin, we have a long history of the state health department relying on local health departments to be a part of that decision-making process and also to make local decisions. And when outbreaks occur, they're investigated by local health departments.
While some might think this decision took too long, Essenberg felt that it came pretty quickly. As for the private school students, they only missed a handful of days before the Supreme Court temporarily blocked public health's order, just days after the lawsuit was filed in September.
Amanda, thank you. Just in moments ago, authorities say a 15-year-old girl from Juneau County has been found. Within the last 10 minutes, the Department of Justice says Cassandra Cassie Kozlowski was found in Stevens Point. A former East High teacher accused of secretly videotaping students during field trips reached a plea deal with prosecutors. David Crutchen pleaded guilty to 1 count of attempting to produce child pornography. He resigned from his teaching job last year. The Sun Prairie School District has hired a new equity director. They selected a current principal in the district, Michael Morgan Jr. The hiring comes after a controversial school assignment earlier this year that many felt was racially insensitive. It asked students to describe how they would punish a slave who disobeyed. The assignment led to calls for greater diversity in Sun Prairie schools and a lawsuit against the district.
Well, still to come at 5 after months of waiting for pandemic-related unemployment payments, a local family finally getting some answers and assistance. Their story just ahead.
Another major power outage in Puerto Rico as nearly 800,000 people go without electricity during the hottest month on the island.
The best of the best mattress sale of the summer is on now at Ashley Home Store. In-stock doorbusters are up to 60% off while they last. And now introducing purple mattresses for less than $20 a month. Plus the guaranteed best Tempur-Pedic deal in all of Wisconsin. Only at Ashley Home Store.
Erectile dysfunction for men of all ages has become much more common. In fact, most men don't realize that 90% of erectile dysfunction is a direct result of broken down old blood vessels. This causes a lack of blood flow that is critical when achieving an erection. With our state-of-the-art technology, we're able to stimulate new stem cell growth right in our office with no pills, no needles, no surgery, and no pain.
To book your consultation and get back to natural functionability, call Peak Performance for Men today.
Oh, baby, are you going my way? I see you kicking out 4 hours a day, so baby, don't know you're at all. I'm not crazy or a fiend. Not stalker and a fiend.
And lock down your money with security from Chase. Control feels good. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Looking for a health plan that gives you more? iCare members receive up to $1,200 per year in over-the-counter benefits to buy thousands of products, in-store or delivered right to your door for free. Rest easy. iCare is looking out for you and your health.
Need to get the right glasses at the right price right now? Then shop the right sale at iMart Express. For a limited time, get 1 pair of single vision glasses for $20 and 1 pair of progressives for $40. Drop by iMart Express and save today.
Struggling to get fresh air this spring? It's time for new energy-efficient replacement windows from Champion. Right now, every Comfort 365 window style is 40% off.
At Champion, we make buying new windows easy. Unlike some other companies, we control every step of the process. We design, build, install, and guarantee it for life.
Stay comfortable all year long and get 40% off all styles. Call now or download our free buyer's guide at getchampionwindows.com.
The best of the best store-wide sale of the summer is on now at Ashley Home Store. Save up to 50% off in-stock furniture doorbusters. Then you choose between our 2 best bonus deals of the entire year. Only at Ashley Home Store.
Tonight at 6, we're live from day 1 of the AmFam Insurance Golf Championship as golfers get back on the green for a cause. And a local family finally gets a long-awaited pandemic unemployment payment just days after we started asking some questions.
We are hoping to get our community on the road to recovery. There's a lot of joy and excitement.
To go back to normal school. So happy to not have to worry as much.
It has been another great turnout.
News 3 Now, taking action to protect everyone from COVID-19. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
It isn't uncommon to wait weeks, even months, for unemployment benefits during the pandemic. One Dane County family waited more than a year and didn't get any answers until we stepped in. Our Naomi Coles looked into it. Naomi?
I heard from the Wheeler family in Waunakee last week. Emily Wheeler had to quit her job last spring to care for her special needs daughter after COVID shut down schools. She qualified for the federal pandemic unemployment program that steps in where regular unemployment does not apply. But missteps, crisscross communication, and a slew of other issues meant her claim went largely unpaid until now.
I don't know what's being told to me, if it's true, false.
When Emily called at the beginning of June, and looking at your record, there is no adjudicator assigned to your record.
2 days ago, I asked the Wisconsin Department of Workforce Development what was going on. They didn't tell me, but they did immediately pay out the claim. That story and how thousands more still wait for answers tonight at 6.
Naomi, thank you. Wisconsin U.S. Senator Ron Johnson is now banned from uploading videos onto YouTube for the next week for spreading misinformation. This is the Federalist editorial he retweeted hours ago about his suspension, adding, quote, YouTube's arrogant COVID censorship continues. YouTube's policy, which is stated clearly online, prohibits content that contradicts public health guidance. Well, here's where we stand when it comes to the pandemic and cruise lines. Florida is now suing the CDC over vaccine passport requirements. The state believes passengers can assess their own risks before traveling. The CDC feels it has the right to create federal guidelines. A federal judge in Tampa says he plans to make a decision soon on that lawsuit. President Biden is attending his first G7 summit in England. G7 leaders and their spouses wrapped up the first day of this year's summit with a dinner hosted by the royal family. This three-day meeting is the first time leaders of these countries have seen each other in person since before the pandemic. The group is expected to discuss climate change and post-pandemic economic recovery.
Crews are working to restore power to hundreds of thousands of people in Puerto Rico right now. Take a look at the smoke filling the air around San Juan. There was an explosion at an electrical substation earlier today that's run by the island's new private electricity provider, Luma Energy. Here's another view of that fire. Nearly 800,000 people were without power at the height of the blackout, or around 1 in 5 residents living on the island. Luma Energy said it was hit by a cyber attack before the fire. The company is just 10 days into its new role as the island's power authority. 5 wildfires are burning in Utah right now. Things are so dry out west, the governor has declared a drought emergency for the state. 90% of the state is experiencing a drought. The Great Salt Lake is expected to reach its lowest point in modern history later this year. Utah's drought has the possibility of impacting 40 million people since it feeds the Colorado River, which serves as a water source in 7 states.
Well, as we said, it's been a busy day in our weather department. Let's get a look at your certified most accurate weather. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary.
Well, thunderstorms popped up mid-afternoon and really blossomed late afternoon right about over Dane County. Now they're shifting east of Madison. Here's Madison kind of at the back edge of the rain, whereas farther out to the east there's still some heavier thunderstorms from just south of Beaver Dam, around Watertown, Jefferson. These storms have been slow movers, and they're probably dumping decent amounts of rainfall. But notice the weakening trend. You're not seeing as much lightning, especially back on the backside of the storm. Most of the lightning is out on the front part of this cluster of showers and thunderstorms. And out to the west, things have really settled down. The heat is still on here, so the areas that got the rain have cooled off a bit, but the thunderstorms are definitely weakening as they push to the east. Hopefully there'll be another batch of them. Nothing really out to the west of us right now, but the computer models are showing that we may see some more thunderstorm development this evening across Minnesota and Iowa, and then those will move eastward into southern Wisconsin later on tonight. Storm Prediction Center has a marginal risk of severe thunderstorms, kind of what we saw this afternoon, where we had just some pop-up thunderstorms that produced some gusty winds and some hail. But for the most part, the severe weather threat is pretty limited. It's mainly going to be heavy rainfall that we can see from these showers and thunderstorms. Computer model forecasts show the heaviest rainfall probably east of Madison, and that's mainly from what's fallen this afternoon and into what will fall early this evening. Additional rainfall farther out to the west, again, may occur later on tonight and then move through the rest of southern Wisconsin. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Best chances of showers and thunderstorms will be tonight. There'll still be a chance in tomorrow morning. And then after that, the warm weather will stick around, but the humidity goes away, and that leads to dry weather pretty much for most, if not all, of next week and through next weekend as well. As we take a look at current temperatures, you can see where the rain has cooled the air. Madison down to 73 degrees. Areas farther out to the west still in the upper 80s to the lower 90s. That's the area that really hasn't seen much rainfall yet today. The more widespread area of 90s now to our south and to our east. Otherwise, notice the cooler weather farther to the north and west. That's behind a cold front, and as that front moves eastward, not only will the temperatures drop just a little bit, our temperatures will still stay warm, but notice the dew points, upper 60s around here, 40s out to the west. So that means the air really dries out, and that pretty much takes care of the rain chances. So again, these showers and thunderstorms in the more humid air, but once the drier air moves in, that will probably put an end to the rainfall chances. There's a cold front out to the west. Most of the warm and humid air is out ahead of that front. The front really doesn't drop temperatures too much, but what it does do is it dries out the air. You can see even behind the front, those temperatures drop off a few degrees, upper 80s ahead of the front, lower 80s behind the front, and in the areas that the rain is cool the air, temperatures are in the 70s. Otherwise, the heat index right now You can see still 97 degrees in La Crosse. They didn't get any rain, so those temperatures are still in the 90s. And then when you factor in the dew points, again, that makes it feel a lot warmer. On future track, you can see the shower and thunderstorm chances, maybe another batch tonight and perhaps a batch tomorrow morning or early tomorrow afternoon. But notice by tomorrow evening, that's when the drier air moves in. That clears out the skies and the rain chances go away. For tomorrow, look for a high of 84 degrees with some chances for showers and thunderstorms in the morning, and then the humidity drops off in the afternoon. On future track, it really hasn't picked up the thunderstorms that are east of Madison so far, but another batch may form later on tonight and then move on through. After that, the drier air works in, and that pretty much ends the rain chances. The heaviest rainfall, when you total it all up over the next day or so, will be east of Madison, because those are the areas that have already seen the heavier rain. The rainfall out to the west is going to be more spotty depending on where the thunderstorms develop, or even if they develop later on tonight. Otherwise, 7 to 10 day forecast. Once those rain chances go away tomorrow, we've got dry weather pretty much for all of next week. Maybe a chance of thunderstorms Thursday night into Friday morning, and then again from Sunday night into Monday of the following week. As we check out first warn traffic, right now it's a Friday. We're seeing some delays in the construction zone on the Beltline. Otherwise, travel pretty close to normal. Just at slightly elevated times with the heavier Friday traffic on the Beltline between University Avenue and the interstate. Heading out of Madison, it's a 26-minute trip from the Beltline to Janesville on I-3990. It'll take you 17 minutes from Middleton to Sauk City on US 12, and downtown to Sun Prairie on East Washington Avenue and US 151 is a 16-minute commute. That's your News 3 Now first warn traffic.
All right, Gary, thank you. Just ahead, the Westminster Dog Show is back. Why this year's chase for Best in Show is it'll look a little different this year. We'll find out why next.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
The Madison Area Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns, is June 18th through 27th, featuring 40 newly constructed homes. See the newest trends, tech, and designs. Visit MadisonParadeOfHomes.com for tickets and more information.
Do you love your morning coffee but hate what it does to your smile? Coffee might kickstart your morning, but it's also kicking you in the teeth by making them yellow and dingy. And you probably know by now that coffee stains are stubborn stains. Whitening toothpaste can't even begin to handle them, but I'm here to tell you about Power Swabs. With just 5-minute applications, you can tell those coffee stains to kiss off. Because 5-minute applications is all it takes for Power Swabs to lift coffee stains, tea stains, red wine stains, and even stains from smoking.
I love my coffee in the morning.
I will never stop drinking coffee. I will not be the person drinking hot coffee with a straw.
As much coffee as I drink, I can use my Power Swabs and eliminate the staining.
If you have one tooth that's darker than the others, you can target that one with Swab Precision.
You can put it directly on the stain that you see on your teeth, and it's so precise.
I like being able to individually get the teeth and kind of in between the grooves.
You just snap, swab, and smile. In fact, in 7 days, you probably won't be able to stop smiling.
It's so simple. You just open it, you apply it to your teeth, you forget it's there, and they're white and bright again like they were before.
I noticed actually a difference the first time that I used Power Swabs. You put on the first coat and then the activator goes on, and immediately you start seeing it working.
Not only will Power Swabs whiten natural teeth, it also removes stains from caps, crowns, and veneers. But as powerful as it is, it's also gentle and causes 0 to minimal sensitivity.
I've used strips. They seem to really hurt my teeth. The Power Swabs, it just seemed very gentle.
This didn't sting, it didn't burn, it didn't have an aftertaste. It was just a swab, and I just got a rubber on my teeth, and that was it.
Take it from me as someone who has gone the dental route, but has also gone on the shelf route, and I've not seen anything work as effective and as easy as Power Swabs.
Whiten your teeth today by ordering Power Swabs and receive 40% off the regular price. Shipping is free, plus you receive a free quick stick pen to use on the go after meals or a cup of coffee. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
The story of Scott the Window Guy starts with the crack of a bat and a broken window. Little did I know, Mom actually wanted her windows replaced. I'm Scott the Window Guy from AHT Wisconsin Windows. For the past 50 years, we've been replacing windows in Wisconsin with a 50-year warranty and a 10-year glass breakage guarantee to protect you
from kids like me.
Get free installation on any door or window purchase at scottthewindowguy.com.
The Madison Area Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns, is June 18th through 27th, featuring 40 newly constructed homes. See the newest trends, tech, and designs. Visit MadisonParadeOfHomes.com for tickets and more information.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
One of Susan's favorite things.
It
the
is.
Best of the best. Thousands of dogs are among those that could be crowned Best in Show come Sunday.
This is the 145th year of the Westminster Dog Show. It's also the first time the show has not been held in New York City. Elise Preston reports.
From gracefully leaping through hoops to quickly navigating mazes. It takes a lot to be top dog.
The proper exercise is important. Nutrition is really important. And of course, skin and hair.
Over the next few days, pooches and their handlers will be showing off their training, agility, and personality in this year's Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show. Joshua Faulkner breeds Dogo Argentino pups like 7-month-old Tino. The muscular hunting dog is one of 4 new breeds now eligible to compete.
He is just everything that we hope for in the Dogo Argentino. Tenacious dog, athletic, powerful.
The Beaver Terrier, Belgian Lacanois, and the Barbet will also be stepping onto the green carpet at the historic Lyndhurst Estate in Tarrytown, New York.
The Lyndhurst Estate actually has a very long history of dog shows. There were dog shows held here for 30 years in the 70s and 80s and early 90s.
The coronavirus forced the event out of Manhattan for the first time in its history, and spectators and vendors aren't allowed. Still, Faulkner says this year's show is especially important.
I think people in general changed their whole way of life to really adapt to being home more with their own family and spending more time with their family unit.
And their dogs are an extension of that.
Their dogs are their family unit.
All eyes will be on the prize pups Sunday night when one will be crowned Best in Show. Elise Preston, CBS News, Tarrytown, New York.
Westminster plans to bring the show back to New York City in 2022 at Madison Square Garden. And you may remember that a local dog took home the honor a few years ago. Do you remember Rumor? Rumor was 4 years old when she won in 2018. She lives in Edgerton with owner Kent Boyles, and we're told she's named after the hit Adele song, Rumor Has It. She came on live at 4 shortly after her win, and you can find the story about our time with her on Channel 3000.com.
That was one of the biggest interviews we've ever landed.
It's true.
A final check of your First Warn forecast in just a moment. Stay with us.
At Menards, we've got the tools you need to tackle your outdoor projects. This Brute by Briggs & Stratton 3000 PSI pressure washer is built to handle the toughest grime. Save 11% on all Briggs & Stratton pressure washers and outdoor power. Tidy your lawn with Works power tools. This cordless trimmer easily converts to an edger, so you can keep your yard looking sharp. Save 11% on all Works outdoor power tools now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
The light at the end of the tunnel isn't shining so brightly for everyone. Families continue to fight for survival. Some jobs are gone forever. Bills pile up. But please know, you have not been forgotten. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering you free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford. To see how much you could save, call now. 1-800-914-7929. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a guarantee so there's no risk to call. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. We'll even show you how to use your stimulus money to jumpstart our services and get you debt-free faster than you ever thought possible. Call Credit Associates now to see how much you could save for free. Call 1-800-914-7929.
I was watching my team come from behind when my son says, "Dad, I'm taking a girl to the dance." And I was like, you can borrow my car, just make sure your shoes are shined and the car is clean. And then I was like, hold on, go to Quick Trip and get the Elite Wash. On the day of the dance, my son washed my car and shined his shoes. But he did something on his own accord. My son goes, do you think she would like this? And the Quick Trip lady is like, you betcha. Kid's got a bright future.
Quick Trip, we got you covered.
Looking for the best brands, the best selection, all at the best prices? Then Denver Mattress has you covered. And during the epic summer sale, everything is on sale. Like the Queen Size Summit Euro Top, now only $332.49. Or score a Doctor's Choice Original for only $617.49. Purchase a Tempur-Pedic and get a free $300 gift, plus 5 years no interest and free shipping. Shop the best of the best at the best prices. Only at Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, the G7 summit kicks off. World leaders unite to end the century's worst crisis, the coronavirus pandemic. Plus, with the big summer cruise season kicking off, how did 2 passengers test positive on a fully vaccinated cruise? And burning love, we go on the road with how an entire community saved a couple's wedding day. That's all tonight here on the CBS Evening News.
Now here's someone who deserves an MVP title. Check out this young Cincinnati fan making this catch yesterday. This was in the Brewers game against the Reds. The fan in the right field seats diving over a row of seats in order to catch the long ball off the bat of Joey Votto. Mom was a little worried there. Dad
Please notice he had a mitt on, though.
Mom needs the hug. Are you okay? And the dad's like, high five. That's my boy. Look at that.
That is why
never made one like that.
That is why you bring a mitt to the game.
That's exactly right.
You try that, you'd end up out on the field over the wall in left field.
That's right, where my seats are.
You gotta be careful.
We're looking for rain.
Yeah.
That's how much rain we got here at the station.
Wow.
There was a few drops that kind of wet the inside of it.
Some areas get a little more than that?
Yeah, a lot more than that. So it just, again, you don't have to go that far. And I'm sure the eastern portion of Madison got a fair amount of rain. You can see on Doppler track now the heavier showers and thunderstorms from around Watertown to east of Jefferson, heading toward Waukesha and away from the Madison area. Future radar from one of the computer models shows additional development out to the west. The other future track computer model shows pretty much the same thing. So hopefully over the next few hours, we'll see some rain in areas that didn't get it out to the west.
Now we could really use it. All right, Gary, thank you. We're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. CBS Evening News coming your way next. Stay tuned.